name is Angela. I'm going to be talking to you today about legalizing marijuana on the federal level for both recreational and medical. For years, the fight to legalize marijuana has been one of the high topics among Americans. It started becoming legal on the state level for medical needs, otherwise known as medical marijuana. And now, after it became legalized in Washington, D.C., Oregon, Alaska, Colorado, California, Massachusetts, Nevada, and Maine for recreational use, the focus has now brought legalizing it federally for medical and recreational. There are amazing benefits such as tax, economical, social, and the most discussed, medical. Can we say hello marijuana and goodbye Prozac? Tax benefits, according to research done by Jeffrey Miron and Catherine Waldock, found that according to a 2010 study from Cato, legalizing weed would generate $8.7 billion in federal and state tax revenue annually. That's annually $8.7 billion. The marijuana would have the same tax as tobacco and alcohol. And Washington State itself has estimated it will generate as much as $1.9 billion in 5 years of it becoming legal. The next one would be economical. In 2015, Colorado alone, there was more than 18,000 jobs. And not just any jobs, but full-time employment. With that, there was a $2.4 billion in economic activity. It also eliminates the need for the black market dealers, keeping jobs stateside, and allows for us to regulate it. Taxes aren't the only revenue of legalizing marijuana. Legalizing it, according to a study, state and local governments also stand to save billions on not regulating. So just to kind of put things into perspective here, a study performed by Jeffrey Miron, the initial person who I talked about tax benefits, he had a second study, and in that study he found that our government spends $8.7 billion on law enforcement, just strictly around marijuana regulations. There would also be, on top of that, an $8.7 billion tax revenue that they're missing out on right now. So with those numbers and inflation, the government is literally spending $20 billion in the prohibition of marijuana. That's a lot of money. Socially, because people that smoke weed tend to do it at home and not end up leaving the home afterwards, the likelihood of them going... Okay, let me rephrase this. So, people that smoke weed tend to do it at home and not leave their homes. Unlike its competitor, alcohol, this is causing a decrease in the amount of drunk or inebriated drivers. Less fights. People on weed don't fight as much as people on alcohol. Again, the legal production and sale of weed requires many employees, including growers, salesmen, and much more. A big benefit is, have you ever gone out and got drunk? You wake up the next morning to go to work and you're hungover. It's the worst feeling in the world. Really, you don't want to get out of bed. And when you finally do make it into work, your productivity completely plummets. Well, with marijuana, that effect is not there. You do not wake up with a hangover feeling from marijuana. So workers are finding, or employers are finding, that there is an actual increase in productivity the morning after a person smokes weed. A really cool thing, so weed does not give you the talent to go out and draw the Mona Lisa, but it does open up that creative side of yourself, which can lead to breakthroughs in music and art. So, a happy society is a society that gets good sleep. Insomnia is one of the highest raising reasons for people to come visit doctors. And marijuana can cure insomnia. Hence, you get better sleep, you're happier the next day. All of these combined, and the fact that marijuana also helps with anti-anxiety and panic attacks, you see less hospital visits. Now on to my next topic, which is the medical benefits. We've heard about a lot of these, but there's a lot that go unknown, such as the mental health benefits, like depression, treatment of ADHD, helps with anxiety, PTSD, OCD, and panic attacks. Minor medical benefits would be it helps with losing weight because it regulates the metabolism. Safer alternative to other drugs and alcohol. You might say, oh, well, weed's the same as any other drug, or it's the same as going and drinking a bottle of beer. But in reality, it's a plant, it's not man-made. It doesn't have all the negative side effects and all the negative impacts on the body. It actually has better, so it's definitely a safer alternative. The CBDs help heal broken bones faster. It's a great pain reliever. Instead of using narcotics, we could use marijuana, which have a less likelihood to be addictive. And also they're easier on your system. It treats glaucoma, arthritis, it controls muscle spasms, it treats nausea, headaches, and lowers blood pressure. Some of the major medical, which these are the big ones that we hear about a lot, like it can regulate and even prevent diabetes. I didn't know that. This one I knew about though. It does help fight and prevent cancers. It's showing promise in treating autism. It helps regulate seizures, treats serious addictions. So they are now using marijuana to get people off of drugs like heroin, meth, cocaine, those really hardcore drugs that are a complete danger not only to yourself, to your family, but to society. And it's been beneficial in studies. It does counterproductive or counterintuitive to what you might believe. It improves lung health, slows the development of Alzheimer's, helps with MS, helps with eating disorders, treats some STDs. This was a big surprise to me. I did not know that either. But right now they are using it to treat herpes and chlamydia and a couple others. Pretty crazy stuff, but it's now stuff that's being studied because it is available. And it helps some skin conditions. It will calm asthma attacks, which is huge. Believe me, I have a husband who has asthma, and have him take a hit off of a pipe would be fantastic. if it could stop an asthma attack, instead of him taking a puff off of his inhaler and then end up getting mottling in the lungs, which is terrible for his lungs. And for you men out there, it can also replace Viagra. Altogether, I really don't see any negative side effects. We get the cartels out of here. It's obviously going to be strongly enforced, but with laws. There's not going to be any gray areas or anything. But with everything that it offers, especially on the medical side, at this point, we could literally say that recreational is preventative medical help, medical treatment, because I wouldn't want to wait until I get cancer to go and try marijuana. I would prefer to have it now to prevent it in the future. And I hope you can understand that as well. As Bob Marley had said, herb is the healing to this nation. Alcohol is the destruction. Thank you. Have a great day. And this is my audience. Thank you.